Today I'm going to take you on an exclusive neighborhood tour right here in RedTail, located in Sorrento. RedTail is home to some of the most executive style homes here in Lake County, with nearly every home site at half an acre or more. And I'm not sure there's ever been a full community tour done behind the gates, so let's go check it out. RedTail started getting developed as Heathrow Country Estates back in 2005, before Sorrento was even a dot on the map. Now Sorrento is growing, and it's really made its name for itself here in Lake County. Sorrento is located northwest of Orlando, equidistant between Mount Dora and Lake Mary. It also sits conveniently on the Wekiva Parkway, giving you easy access to the 429, so you can get to places like downtown Winter Garden, Orlando, the International Airport, and Disney in less than 45 minutes. If you're thinking about moving to RedTail and you have a young family, you might be wondering about schools. We got with the neighbors in the community to see what the most common schools were that their kids were going to, and then referenced back to niche.com. The first schools that were the most popular are here in Sorrento. So you have Sorrento Elementary, which according to niche.com is a B-rated elementary, top 10 elementary in all of Lake County. You also have Round Lake Charter School, which according to niche.com is an A-rated charter school on a lottery system. If you're looking for some other options, there's also Mount Dora Christian Academy located in downtown Mount Dora, which according to niche.com is an A-rated school. Or if you want to go the opposite direction, maybe you work in Lake Mary or Orlando and that's going to be better for your commute, you can look to Heathrow Christian Academy or Lake Mary Prep. The neighborhood is a gated and golf course community full of amenities. That's a lot of what attracts people here to this neighborhood of RedTail. The golf course was designed by David Harmon. It's a 72-par, 18-hole golf course, scenic views, wetlands, and so much natural wildlife. If you just drive through the community, you'll see black bears, alligators, and so many birds. It's a really cool place to be. David Harmon also designed the golf course at the Magnolia Plantation, the Orange County National Golf Club, and the Shingle Creek Golf Course. The other amenities here in RedTail is a community pool, fitness center. You also have 2 clay tennis courts and tons of walking paths. So my husband and I moved to RedTail just under 2 years ago. We've absolutely loved it here. We have a young family, and the reason why we picked RedTail, or really just Sorrento, was a lot of the convenience and the proximity. Plus being so close to the Wekiva Parkway, it's only 5 minutes out the front gate of the neighborhood. Gives me easy access to the 429, so I feel like we can get anywhere we need to go pretty quickly. The other reason why we decided Lake County and to land in Sorrento in general was the lot sizes. It's so hard now to find lot sizes that are half an acre, some of these in the neighborhood even up to 1 acre, and so that was something that was really exciting for us. Another thing is that the neighborhood is just fun. I'm on a golf cart right now because when we moved into the neighborhood, I knew we had to get a golf cart. There's Halloween trick-or-treating events where everybody jumps on the golf cart and goes around with their families. There's 4th of July parades, Christmas parades where people fully deck out their golf carts, and it's just a really family-friendly community feel. If you're thinking about calling RedTail home or really anywhere in Greater Orlando, we want to be your real estate resource of choice. Reach out to us at theorlandoreal.com/move. Something funny about Sorrento is sometimes people refer to it as a food desert, and I thought the same thing before I moved here. A lot of restaurants cannot deliver Uber Eats, but that's okay, because there's a lot still very close by that you'll get to take advantage of. When you're thinking about grocery shopping, there's a Publix right around the corner. It's less than 1.5 miles away in the Sorrento Hills Plaza, and it'll have everything that you need. When you're thinking about dining options, you can look into downtown Mount Dora, where there's a lot of the local restaurants, mom and pop shops. That's where we spend a lot of time. You can also go 441 for some of the fast food and chain restaurants, which are only going to be about 15 minutes door to door from RedTail. Another place that we spend a lot of time is in Lake Mary. Think Colonial Town Center. You have the luxury Amstar cinemas there. You have a ton of great restaurants with just about every single cuisine that you could imagine. So even though it might be a little bit further away, it's totally worth the drive. Now that you know a little bit about where Sorrento is located and why people love the community, let's talk real estate. The average sales price in RedTail is $985,000, and that might surprise you because that is not the average sales price for Sorrento itself. But I think that shows a lot of the demand for surrounding neighborhoods and people wanting something like RedTail. When we look over in Mount Dora, the average sales price is $450,000, whereas when we look over to Sanford and Lake Mary, it matches a lot of the average sales price that you see here in RedTail. Now, if you're thinking thinking of moving here, there's a lot to consider in terms of products as well, because the neighborhood started getting developed in 2005, and we've seen a lot of builders come into the neighborhood since then. It started with your production builders like Lennar and David Weekley. There's also custom builders that have come in, and then more recently, K. Hovnanian Homes, Vintage Estate Homes, which was then acquired by Landsea, and a few others. We have a listing here that we're excited to take you through. It was built by K. Hovnanian Homes in 2016. Let's go take a look. I'm excited to bring you in this home today because I think it's a perfect example of what you could expect here in RedTail. This home is offered under $900,000, so it's an incredible value, but also it's single story, 3,000 square feet with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It has this incredible private pool and it sits on over half an acre, and the lot size is a lot of what people are looking for when they're trying to find a home in RedTail. The HOA dues in the community are $1,000 a quarter. In addition to that, you are required as a resident to have a social membership at the club.
Prior to the Wekiva Parkway extension being completed, it could take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to go from Sorrento to Lake Mary via State Road 46. Now that we have full access to the Wekiva Parkway extension, the drive has dropped to only 15 minutes. We're finding more and more people willing to look further out than Lake Mary because of this accessibility factor. I'm also finding people that would previously look in communities like Aliqual Lakes in Lake Mary, where the average price point is $1.5 million for a home that's older, now willing to come and look out in RedTail and excited for the opportunity to find a similar home style, but pay the average price point of just under $1 million. I see so much value here in Sorrento, and the trade-off for a little bit of a longer drive gives you the opportunity to find a newer and more updated home in an incredible community.
Sorrento has been perfectly primed for future growth, which also makes RedTail a really special spot, because when you think about it being the community that it is, it already holds its value and is special to a lot of people. But now Sorrento is going to grow, and that's going to attract a lot more people here because Sorrento is bringing in jobs, it's bringing in lifestyle, it's going to be a place for the first time where people can live, work, and play. So a few of those projects that I want to share with you would number one be the Wolf Ranch Innovation District in Mount Dora. It's just off the edge of Sorrento in Mount Dora where it meets the 429 connector. That is an incredibly massive master plan development that's going to include commercial and residential, bringing in billions in annual revenue for Lake County. Then we look over into Sorrento, and there's a brand new project that's been announced that's known as Hillcrest. Hillcrest is going to be a 466-acre development just off of Sorrento Avenue, bringing in over 1,700 residential units, and something that we haven't seen in Sorrento before. So again, we're following the builders, we're following the growth, and it's going to be brand new for the city here. Something else that I think is interesting, just as Lake County developers and commissioners plan to tie all of this area together, is that there's a Rails and Trails project all over the United States, more specifically coming to Mount Dora in Sorrento. The finishing part of the trail here that we're waiting for is Innovation Trail. It's going to be a 6.5-mile multi-use trail that will connect Tremaine Street, Greenway, and downtown Mount Dora to the planned Sorrento Avenue Trail. Now, when you look at the maps, it's really cool because this trail will run through the Wolf Ranch Innovation District and this new Hillcrest development in Sorrento. It will also break up into segments for the Wekiva Trail, which takes us right over into Seminole County and Lake Mary. So for the first time, this area is going to open up and be the most accessible that it's ever been. We hope you enjoyed this in-depth community tour of RedTail. There's so much to love, from the convenience, location, proximity, amenities, and home styles here in the neighborhood. If you're interested in learning more about Sorrento or any other area in Greater Orlando, make sure to reach out to us at theorlandoreal.com/move. See you soon.